When I was 4, I went, the irony of her name, Miss Downer was her name. She was the happiest preschool teacher I'd ever, she was amazing. But when I was 4, I sang, she asked me to sing Away in a Manger at the Christmas show. And I don't know what it was. She called my mother after I sang and said that, just that there was some sort of music thing going on that she suggested that my parents kind of, maybe look into or devote some time to or start lessons. And I think since I came out of the womb, I remember my dad playing baseball when I was a little kid and my uncle at St. Pat's Ball Field, and I'd stand up in the bleachers and sing "Working 9 to 5" by Dolly Parton. And since I was little, I always knew. But in terms of the real, true, epiphany moment, I don't know. I had them all throughout my childhood. It's like it chose me. There was never really anything else that I ever considered doing. When I was in high school, I did biology and geology. I didn't do chemistry and physics because I knew I'd never have to do sciences. I grew up as a competitive gymnast, and I played soccer and basketball for the provincial team, but I knew I couldn't be a professional soccer player. So, I took all the courses in high school that were kind of the easy ones, and then I went on to pursue music.
So I was the kid laying in the tall grass, drawing pictures and writing songs and making up rhymes while everybody else was out doing whatever. So, yet I always found that the kids would end up following me around the woods, because I was always the one who was just having a laugh and coming up with ideas and fun games and crazy stories and adventures, and that was just life as a kid. And music was also a big part of that. As an artist, I was always playing guitar and singing and all these things, so my parents did a wicked job, put me in guitar lessons, and Mrs. Kelly, my kindergarten teacher, my elementary school teacher, put me in every play and all that stuff. So I knew early on that I loved to do that stuff. And then you come into your high school years and join choirs and stuff, real cool stuff that now Glee has made that to be the living end, but it was definitely not when I was in high school.
When I graduated high school, I went to MUN, Memorial University, and I thought that I wanted to do a business degree, which is really funny now that I own a business because I didn't complete the business degree. I took a couple years off because I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. And I had originally wanted to do visual arts. And I remember my father saying, okay, well, let's just look at what your end goal can be with being a visual artist. You're really creative, so why don't you go into graphic design so you can still have a really good end goal with a good career. And not to say that visual arts, you don't end up being a famous artist or whatever. It was more so the stepping stones of having a really great career. So I looked at graphic design, and I went to school at Holland College in Prince Edward Island. So I went there for a couple years and completed my diploma. And before I graduated, I had a job in New Brunswick. So I actually left college before I graduated to work. So I was working there for about 8 months, and unfortunately my grandfather got sick. So I always missed home, and I moved back to Newfoundland.
I was telling Jeremy Bennett about it, who's someone I really admire, respect their opinion. He's a very intelligent human being. And we became buddies throughout the year. I tried to help him with sales on his side for his events, etc. And I was telling him about the idea one day, and he just really got so intense about it. And I saw such a change in his demeanor. And when I saw that change in him, it really clicked with me, wow, maybe I am onto something here. Maybe I should move forward with this. And he was adamant that I started the next day, and he actually helped me with the business plan. And I went to my first investor meeting with Jeremy. That gentleman didn't invest after, but as Jeremy will tell you, I was a nervous wreck, but Jeremy kind of pushed the whole meeting through, and he was definitely the biggest help for sure, starting off.
When I was a child, my father worked for the federal government. And when he used to go away on trips, he used to bring me back cassette tapes. That kind of tells my age a little bit. But he used to bring me back cassette tapes. And I think it was 82 or 84, he brought home Whitney Houston's debut album. and it had Saving All My Love for You on it, and I want to dance with somebody. So I was a little kid, you know, singing into my hairbrush, and when I listened to that tape from beginning to end, I knew undoubtedly that music would somehow be a part of what I did.
My family, the Sparks family, was into hotels, so my first job was first at Maximum Vacations opening envelopes and stuffing envelopes, and then I actually started working at the Comfort Inn Airport. So that was my kind of sales training. So I never really had a lot of sales training in a retail setting. So at the age of 22, you know, I signed everything and I went. First day was my first kind of gift shop retail experience. So there were a lot of challenges. I'll have to say that. A lot of lessons learned.
Sometimes I think I need to go into pipe fitting and just close down the design house and give it all up, and you know. It's like everyone gets tired sometimes, and everyone gets bad news sometimes, and sometimes you drop the ball, and sometimes the ball gets dropped on you, and then you have those days where you're like, you know what, F all of this. I'm just going to get up on the roof and hang out there for the next several hours, you know. But those are very few.
This portion of Entrepreneur NL has been brought to you by Hickman Automotive Group. Come visit their 12 locations throughout the province.
Bodyworks, Newfoundland's largest auto-body collision repair facility. Locally owned and operated. Come visit us on Facebook or drop by 38 O'Leary Avenue, soon to be open in Gander. Bodyworks, the right decision after a collision.
If you're an entrepreneur that's looking for someone who really wants to relate to you, to help your business grow, who's part of the Newfoundland economy and fabric, who's been here for 30 years plus, and have clients that have been here for 30 years plus, that's the type of firm that we are, and I think if that's what someone is looking for, we certainly have the experience and the depth of individuals here, and then it's about personality and mix in terms of feeling that the person you are speaking to about your business problems or business issues or compliance activities is someone who really feels what you're going through as an entrepreneur.
All right. Oh, I can do it. Okay, all right. What to do now? Basically, with the landlords, we're trying to coordinate everything together, but they want us out, or they got to leave by 3 o'clock, and we don't have, the movers can't get here till 3:15, so it's a bit of a dilemma. And I don't know, they're tied up for the next few days. It's going to set us back 2 or 3 days, so that's, you know, more time, more energy, more money, and we want to get everything out today. I got a feeling they're going to pull a shank on me. But Mikey, we're going to start taking this out right now. Even we got to put it on the side of the building for now. So. It's just that they had another job, so all you can do. It's hard to get movers in the city, man. We thought we could get everything out in one day.
Jeez, you won't get out there in an hour, man.
No, I know. All right, let's roll. We'll go back. Bring it back. Got that, Mikey? I don't trust this. Something tells me there's something shady's on the go with them. Don't trust it, alright? Been down this road too many times.
Kim was riding since she was, what, 4 or 5?
We put her in an Easter camp when she was 7. And then she was in Easter camps continuously and Christmas camps continuously. And then when Kimberly was in grade 10, she got her own horse. And
my dad passed, and when my dad passed, he left all the grandchildren not a lot of money, but a little bit of money. And Kim immediately wanted to go buy a horse. And while we had no plans to ever buy a horse, Kim had always leased a horse. We felt at the time that she was mature enough to go ahead. So Kim and I trotted off to Ottawa and found Kitty and had her brought home, and there's been a remarkable bond there ever since.
So my horse, her name is Kitty, funny enough. I've had her for 15 years, and she's been a big part of my life. She's traveled to PEI with me, New Brunswick with me. She's been pretty much wherever I go. So yeah, 15 years I've had her, so she's a big part of my life.
When you watch, not Kim, but any child, and they're almost all young girls, with horses, then you really see a level of responsibility and a level of commitment, because it's not the sort of thing that you can put on the back burner. You have to deal with it. Kitty today is in a co-op barn, and Kim still has to go to the barn every day. And when she wants to travel or go away, she got to get someone to look after her horse. So it becomes a high level of commitment.
Boys, what's going on?
DC.
Good to see you. How are you? What's shaking? So listen, thanks for meeting. Really cool for you guys to swing by. I know the notice is not necessarily huge, but let's face it, it never is. Looking at your head, I'm loving it. And it's my future.
Too, I gotta
oh
say.
My God.
You know, the initial shock wore off in a couple of days, you know, and that was accompanied, of course, my head was freezing, wearing the toque, the lauded yellow toque.
Oh, yeah. That's mine.
That's soon be yours, DC. You don't actually get it until you've gone through the deed.
Oh, the deed. The dirty deed. Yeah, I can't wait.
The only way you can get it.
That's the only way you can get it.
That's right. Not to purchase.
Jeff, how many people have shaved their heads this year so far?
We're going to be 2,000 again this year, 12,000 all time plus. Yeah.
That's
so you're about to join a big family now.
It's funny you put it like that, because, you know, until you've done something and experience, you don't really know how it's going to feel, and you don't know the powerful experience that it actually is. And the thing you say about a family, I actually feel that, because now I run into people who are the proud owners of the yellow toque. They ask me about my experience. We chit-chat back and forth about how they felt and how I felt and what we felt it meant. And it's extraordinary. I never expected anything like that.
So you won't be here for the shave. It's going to be going on at the TEDx show. So I got Fogtown coming. They're going to be putting me up on this chair on a riser and shaving my head in front of everybody, right? Any final words did you say before the locks came off or what?
Well, I was pretty stressed out. So we did it at the Ice Caps game, and the Fogtown boys helped us.
Oh, did they? Okay. Yeah, they are.
And so I was pretty stressed out, I really was. But I think part of what helped settle me down was I did it with my son Jack. And I knew that was going to be important to me, and I knew we were going to be really proud of each other, and so that kind of took some of the nerves about shedding the locks, and we just got through it.
Well, man, a few months left of shaved, if not a month or so, before we cap this year's season. Can't wait for what we're going to do next year, that's for sure. Well, that begins, we start planning that shit now, don't we? Yeah. That's deadly. So listen, thanks for coming by. I feel a lot better. I feel like I know what I'm getting into. And I wish you were coming to the TEDx show, man. I wish it was you hauling that razor over my head after me convincing you to do it.
Well, you got me to do it, and
man.
I'm actually really grateful that you did.
Huge.
And you rock in every regard, and you're going to really enjoy it Friday night.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
We'll talk. Cool. Shave for the brave.
This portion of Entrepreneur NL is brought to you by Massage Addict, 673 Topsail Road, promoting a professional and spa-like atmosphere for all their clients and staff.
At Hickman Automotive Group, we have some impressive features on selected automobiles. Drop by our Kenmount Row location and see how the Hickman Automotive Group outperforms every time, or visit them online at hickmangroup.ca.
Hi, I'm Jerry James. Welcome to the Carpet Factory. For all your flooring needs, hardwood, engineered, laminate, cork, ceramic, luxury vinyl, carpet, runner, rugs, vinyl flooring, come visit us, 1 Logie Bay Road, the Carpet Factory. Did you know that only 25% of the occupations that existed in the 1960s still exist today? With the fast pace of technology, aging demographics, and a shifting workforce, the ability to maintain a talented workforce is more difficult than ever. Do you have a workforce for the 21st century? The St. John's Board of Trade can help you with advice on international recruitment, upskilling, and retraining. Give us a call today.
First time I met Kellyanne, I was actually working as a makeup artist on a show, and I was putting makeup on her face, and this big personality walked into the room with a great big pink cowboy hat and just took over the dressing room, and I knew she was special.
Where we get in our lives has a lot to do with, you know, how much you're driven and how much you're motivated and how much you're inspired. And Terry Andrews lit a fire under my butt many, many years ago, probably more than 10 years ago. And she's taken chances on me all the time and given me opportunities to do things that really in the beginning I was kind of like, I don't know if I can do this. But she's just been so kind and so generous, and I have really grown as a performer, as a person. You know, how you behave in a rehearsal room, what you bring to the craft, how you inspire others. The list goes on and on of what I've learned from Terry, and she's also become a very good friend. Very good friend.
She's a hard worker. She's not afraid of anything. She has a lot of ambition. People can see that as good, people can see it as bad, but she's in a business where if you didn't have ambition and you didn't have a lot of drive, you might as well go home and become an accountant. She's one of these people that I think truly is entrepreneurial, but it's in concert with creativity. And I think the thing that I like most about her, and that aside from her drive, is that I work with lots of artists, and they don't necessarily have that gene that's in them to say I can create art, but unless I know what to do with it, how to get it out there and create art that's going to be meaningful for other people, then I'm just doing it for myself. So she has, you know, in many, many different ways. So she's a businesswoman.
Shaving my head. Oh God. I can't wait, actually. I'm so over it now. It's like, I'm so over waiting for it to happen that I just need it to happen. It's like the biggest Band-Aid I'll ever get ripped off is getting my head shaved. And Fogtown are doing it, so that's gonna be fun. And then I'll have no hair. I was gonna do it at the East Coast Music Awards because I was nominated for Multimedia Graphic Artist of the Year, and so I figured that would be a cool arena because of all my musician friends and being involved in that whole world. But when the opportunity to do it with TEDx came up, I thought it was really cool. Because there's another room full of people who I love who would get a kick out of it, and it's you know, it's just a place to do it that's not just me doing it in my kitchen. They asked me to host it, so I would, and then this is my third year coming up, and I'm pumped, and the talks and the people that they find, that they fly in from all over, and that are from our own backyard. It's a magical night, a theme picked every year. This year is make-believe. And so really excited about that, and the people that will be talking, and the people that are coming, and the friends that are doing amazing, innovative things.
And I'm having so much fun here tonight that I think that I'm gonna shave my head.
You ready? Never ready? No! You can back out now. Alright, thank God. He's backing out. Oh, no. Can't be on that. No. We're doing it. The girl's back, right? No. Just sit. Ready? Yes!
This portion of Entrepreneur NL has been brought to you by Coffee Matters. Quality, service, freshness. That's all that matters.
Freshie, healthy eating on the go. We serve freshly made wraps, burritos, salads, juice cleanse options, and so much more. We even have a kids menu. Come visit us at 673 Topsail Road next to Massage Addict. Order online or call us about catering. Freshie, eat, energize.
I'm Erin Best, lawyer at Stewart McKelvey. Did you know that last year Canada enacted law that governs how businesses can send emails to their existing and potential customers? The law makes it illegal to send emails to people who have not provided the appropriate consents. Take some time to learn about Canada's anti-spam law or risk fines of up to $1 million for individuals or $10 million for businesses.
just growing up in an entrepreneurial family, like I remember my grandparents and even my grandmother and my mom's parents, my other grandfather owned a furniture store. That was his whole life. So I've been surrounded by family business for a very, very long time. So I think a lot of it's kind of been genetic. So I have to say, like, my father has been a great person by my side over the past 5 years. My mother has also been amazing. And then other people within the business community in Newfoundland. I mean, when I first started, the first thing I did was I signed up for NLO, I signed up for Board of Trade, I got involved with DSJ, so Destination St. John's. I got involved in all these different things to be able to network, and with joining into all of those programs, I developed relationships with other successful business leaders that have been in business much longer than I. So I kind of really had embraced all those relationships and learned different things, you know. And with that, especially with NLO, now I have a group of women that, you know, I can pick up the phone any day and have a chat about certain things.
I love how I felt as a kid being 14 or 15, you know, and having somebody go, we're going to put you in this costume and you get to be this person on stage. And you walk out as a 15-year-old at the Arts and Culture Center, and it's like, you know, it was life-changing for me. And just being able to impart that on kids and give them opportunities and watch them grow and see them make friends and see them just build confidence and like find their own voice is really why I do this.
City Performance Academy, it's I don't even know where to start. And it has an impact on not just me, but everybody who goes there. Like, you go in and it's accepting. Like, it's the only way to put it. Like, you go in, it's a great environment. And there's so many great people.
You get to be somebody else, and you get to make somebody laugh or make somebody cry or make somebody think about their life or give somebody tools to deal if they were in a situation. There's so many things that come from sharing a piece of theater or a piece of art with somebody. And it's not just theater, it's any art form. You know, it's the emotion that art it's the impact that art can have on people.
I wholeheartedly believe in what I'm doing, you know, it couldn't have happened any better. You know what I mean? It'd be a great book one day, maybe. You know, so here I am. 3 years ago, I had an idea in my head, and here I am sitting in front of a TV crew talking about my business. So, you know, so far so good, and I wouldn't change it for the world. That's good. Get first Wednesday, hopefully. See how that goes.
That's good.
No! It's really important to support local artisans and jewelry designers because I want a store that doesn't have everything that's made in China. It's really important to the local economy as well. And in Newfoundland, it's such a cultural place, so there's so much art around us.
I'm trying to survive, and that's why I'm here to reach people, because I love what I do. And right now I'm teetering on a very fine line of having to give it all up and go do something else.